I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in 1968. I moved when I was 5 to the panhandle of Florida, and then basically grew up in Florida until it was time for me to start my training in surgery. So I always had a connection to both my grandfathers, who were both served in World War II. Wondered, what it would be like to be part of military service. As my path started leading me towards medicine, I realized that there actually were some pretty cool programs that not only would allow you to serve the country, but also some help and assistance getting through college. I was very lucky to be assigned in the Air Force at Andrews Air Force Base. It's kind of the first chapter of my time here in DC. While I was on active duty at Andrews, the Department of Defense was actually funding a lot of breast cancer research. Really helped to light a fire for me relative to breast cancer as something that I felt might be the best path for me amidst all the other things that I was trained to do. Initially, when I was transitioning from active duty to private practice, I noticed that there was a little bit of a lack of adoption of new technology. So I really planted a flag of, we need to change the dynamic, and I'm going to do it wherever I am, and it happened to be in Alexandria. And then fast forward, say roughly a decade, I gave a speech attended by a friend of mine who was approached by one of his partners who knew nothing about me, who said, "Hey, I have a family who was left a trust from their deceased mother. And the mother wanted the family to spend a certain amount of funds, but it had to be something related to women's health." And to this day, I still don't know the family because it was an anonymous donation. That was really the moment that it went from a thought to a reality, and I was able to build the foundation from that day. Part of our mission early on at the foundation, National Breast Center Foundation, was to resurrect the annual breast cancer walk in the month of October. The ability to dedicate and celebrate or commemorate and just get connected with the fabric of the community that is so critical. And as a result of that, we're able to help all the women that reach out to us in the DC area. I know in the year 2024 and for the near future, the best way to make an impact for women relative to survival for breast cancer is early diagnosis. So what's next for us is we'll continue to expand. The year before I met my wife, Tara, her mother passed away from breast cancer. I realized how impactful her mother was. I mean, not that should come as a surprise, right? But you realize that there's parents and then there's like moms, and some who are really difference makers, and the kids that they raise and how they raise them. And Tara's mom, Barbara, she was one of those people. So that's a my story, and I know that story happens hundreds of thousands of times a year, in the U.S. And one of the many reasons, why I'm as dedicated as I am, is, I never got to meet Barbara, and if we can provide that opportunity, for others, it'd be really nice.